nombro. Defensor. Di mi nombre para que mis poderes fluyan a través de ti. Shazam.
¿En serio?
¡Dilo!
¡Vale!
Di mi nombre.
¡Shazam!
Well, first of all, congratulations. I love the movie, and I think you had a blast shooting it.
I did.
It's shown in the movie.
Thank you.
It's great. I'd like to start knowing a bit of Zachary Levi, the inner kid of Zachary Levi when you were.
When I was 14?
Yeah,
oh
when
man,
you were 14.
Well, I was fortunately was not a foster kid. I was not kicking around in the foster system. Although my mom and dad divorced when I was young, and he wasn't really in the picture, and my mom struggled at being a mom sometimes. So I did sometimes feel like I didn't have parents. But I had a couple of my sisters who are, so near and dear to my heart to this day. And but as a 14-year-old, as my personality, I mean, I was reading comic books and playing video games and super involved in theater. Like, I was nerdy and spazzy, and this is literally just like the wish fulfillment of a lifetime. This is all of my dreams coming true in all, one shot. It's great.
Speaking of which, what was your favorite comic book character when you were a kid?
Well, I cycled around a lot because there were just so many that were so cool, you know what I mean? And then, like, me and my friends would fight over them sometimes. Like, we'd run outside to go pretend to be these characters with no costumes, no props, no nothing, just all imagination. And, I'd be like, oh, I'm Wolverine. And they're like, no, I already called Wolverine. I'm Wolverine. And so I'd, have to pick somebody else. We'd always be arguing about all the different characters. But ultimately, I loved all of the X-Men. I loved the mutant world of superheroes. I thought that was, in some ways, it's the most attainable for us, like actually attainable, which is so weird because it's not. But, like the idea that maybe our DNA, mutates. That happens. That actually is a thing that happens, but mutates to the point where we can shoot fire from our hands or whatever. But I thought Gambit was a really cool, fun, different character I quite liked. And then really loved Deadpool, even prior to him being an anti-hero. I liked the villain Deadpool. I just thought he was like the coolest. It's like he looks like a ninja with a dope ninja outfit and double katanas and machine guns and teleportation, and he's got the mouth of the merc with the mouth. Like, that was just a great character.
And do you remember your biggest, because Billy's a mischievous kid in
Sure.
school, do you remember your biggest mischief when you were at school or high school? Or were you a good kid?
I was the goodest of kids. No, I mean, I think my mischief always was some form of not knowing when it was appropriate to be entertaining or not. So, like, I would be in class and I would be the class clown and I would like entertaining people and cracking jokes, and that's not always what you're supposed to do in the middle of class. So that was a bit of mischief. Or, like, for example, for some time when I was in high school, so let's say like around 16, 17, I was not only going to some classes, but also I had other periods of the day when I was an assistant to some other teachers, okay? Which was, because I'd finished most of my schoolwork, so I could do this as like an elective or whatever. Well, I would go do my assistant work and I'd bang out all my work there, and then I'd peace out early and I'd go to like an early lunch. But sometimes I wouldn't go to lunch early. I would just go kick around to other friends' classrooms, and other teachers would be like, Zach, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm just hanging out. What do you guys do? Oh, yeah, talking about U.S. history? All right, cool. Well, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, because I was addicted to wanting to entertain people, and so, and I felt it gave me purpose in life, so I was like, okay, I'll just, keep going and living this fun social life. Teachers hated that.
Yeah. I assume that, yeah. Well, in shooting, I'd like to know how did you keep in yourself in kid mode all the time? I heard that you had a Nintendo Switch, but
yeah.
Jack Racer said that you're not very good at Mario Kart.
Oh, that's a lie. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'm a big kid. I have fought against aging in many respects. Not all. I think growing up and being responsible and having wisdom and all of that is also very, very important. But to stay in touch with your inner child and enjoy life and all that is also very, very important. So I've always tried to maintain that. I 100% gleaned a lot of energy and kind of some character from Asher and Jack and the other kids because they were being silly because they had no responsibilities, and it was a reminder to be silly and to maintain that. And just kind of, you know, having an idea or thinking about what are kids doing today, like the floss dance and all that jazz, you know, trying to pep that in. But yes, on set, I had a Nintendo Switch that was set up and we would play Mario Kart a lot. And also, the kids would have different Switches and we would, you know, be able to kind of like just play on our own systems. That always, I mean, I like playing video games, but also I thought that would be a fun way for us to bond as a cast or even crew, you know, and something I particularly enjoy because I'm actually quite good at Mario Kart. In fact, I believe there was only one person on our entire cast and crew, Jack Dylan Grazer, that beat me at Mario Kart, and I'm not gonna say their name because I don't wanna.
Eres él. Eres el superhéroe.
De nada por evitar que te atraquen.
Soy Batman.
¡A por él, Batman!
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Básicamente 15. Tío, ¿lo has visto?
Sí, has electrocutado un autobús y casi te cargas a esa gente.
Y después lo he cogido.